Wait, was he literally talking to him? I just thought he read his books. Wait, if he was just like actually working with him, I am so not prepared for what's to come. Shit. Okay, it's fine. Hi, hello, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Shout out to the All Access Patreon members who are seeing this first. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And if you haven't already connected with me over on Patreon, it's completely free to join and you still get some perks. I'll sometimes drop parts of an album early for Patreon before YouTube gets them. If a video is ever blocked on YouTube, it will be accessible for free on Patreon. And of course, it's ad free. However, if you are interested, there is an all-access membership. You get early access to all my content, extended version, non-blurred music videos, and other visuals like live performances, interviews, more input on what I do, things like that. All of the information and links will be in the description below, as well as details regarding if this is going to be posted on YouTube in parts. That information will be there as well. I'm working my way through Kendrick Lamar's discography. We started at section 80 and we've been working our way through. The time has finally come for Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Yay! I feel weird praising this because of the sheer volume outpour of, hey, prepare yourself, grab tissues. I mean, it's been going on since the beginning of this journey. I think ever since I posted probably my second video, which was Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst. This was before I started doing the albums. First, it was between this one and To Pimp a Butterfly was the most requested, but I think as time has gone on, even before To Pimp the Butterfly, I think Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers has kind of taken over as the most requested or maybe the most anticipated for me personally, just because I think people are anticipating my reaction. We're gonna find out. I'm very nervous. Like, very nervous. I'm laughing because I don't know how to process things. And that's one of my red flags. But we're here. If you haven't already, I would recommend watching my The Heart Part 5 reaction because I go into a little bit more detail about my predictions with this album. I think that video will show you a little bit more of like how I got to these thoughts, if you will. But as far as my actual predictions go, I do know that he had stepped away from like 2017 to 2022 with the exception of Black Panther the album, which I also did do on my channel. Patreon had told me, I'm reading, that he basically kind of disappeared. There was a lot of discourse in the hip hop rap community with the content of and kind of quality of music declining, and that people were writing think pieces about Kendrick needing to come back and save it, that he was their savior, and that introduced the idea of the crown of thorns, which is a part of this era. It's a theme that he's portrayed and is apparently discussed throughout the album. That's about all I know. I did do Family Ties. Someone had tweeted that, he's basically going to be retired, and he quote tweeted it with a link. I did explore that link in the video as well. So if you haven't watched that, check that out. As far as my actual predictions go, Heart Part 5 kind of made me feel like he was dealing with a lot of grief. There had been a lot that had happened since he had been, kind of stepped out of the light, if you will. George Floyd's murder, and there was, people had feelings about Kendrick not speaking out. I know he was actually out protesting, but other than that, I know there's a lot of people who were really apparently frustrated at that. Nipsey's death, I believe, hit him very hard, as we could tell in The Heart Part 5. It's not like we didn't know that he was grappling with things, right? We saw threads of that from day one. Since the beginning of this journey, I've seen things, but especially I would say, Good Kid, Mad City really, Good Kid, Mad City really highlighted a big part of his story. We never really heard anything throughout the other albums that really addressed him addressing his grief and survivor's guilt and things like that, and all the other people he's lost along the way. And To Pimp a Butterfly, we saw some of the downstream effects of that when he really started getting into fame and traveling the world, getting more perspective. We saw that a lot in You and struggling with your mental health. He kind of cracked himself open in a way, identifying different emotions and kind of grappling with that, but not really processing is the best way I can say it in Damn. I feel like, to identify things is to, process to a certain extent, but it felt like to me, Damn was really this exploration and identifying these pieces, but not necessarily knowing where the root causes of where some of these emotions he was finding in the creation of Damn wasn't really addressing the root causes or kind of where to go from here. Considering he's taken time away from the Heart Part 5, I had mentioned I thought that it had a lot in there, but trying to put up some boundaries with the public and fans. I can't be the only savior, in a way. Is his art one of the most important things to him? Absolutely. Does he believe in his messages? Absolutely. But I think he can't be the only one. He may want to be at the top of the game, but he can't be the only one to save things. It also highlighted one of the key points that I think is really going to be explored in this album, which is you can't help other people if you can't help yourself. So my assumption is that this is him taking what he's figured out from Damn and maybe trying to work through it, reflecting. I said at the end of the Heart Part 5 that something about the way it was wrote, a lot of it highlighted to me as someone who's gone through a self-discovery journey, someone who's been in therapy, someone who has also studied facets of psychology. There were words throughout it that really made me feel like he maybe had either been in therapy or had been on some sort of journey because of some of the word choices he used. These were the words of someone who had looked in the mirror and is now turning it back. That was the best way I could summarize it. With all of Kendrick's work, there's obviously going to be layers to it. I have no doubt that we're going to be talking about the culture itself, because he talked about that quite a bit in the Heart Part 5, but also just the system, depression, and all of these things. He's also brought up fame from the get-go. I anticipate that to be explored further, and I think one of the big things I highlighted was I understand that people put famous people and people like that on a pedestal and appreciate the art, absolutely, but sometimes people take it too far and they demand so much. At the end of the day, we are still all just humans. He is still human, right? Especially when you get to certain really big levels. My perspective is always, to a certain extent going to be through the eyes of a SWIFTIE, right? That's something that my fandom is extremely familiar with. We see it every single day with Taylor. The dehumanizing of her. It's like a public figure is dehumanized to a point where hatred and the vile and the horrible things that people say. Yeah, of course in an industry you're gonna have to have thick skin, but at the same time, I'm sorry, at the end of the day, someone who's putting out their art, if you don't like it, don't listen to it and move on. I understand, especially with Taylor, I know that she's kind of everywhere, I get it, but that doesn't give people a right to just terrorize people, because you never know what someone's going through behind closed doors. And I think that this may be Kendrick's exploration of that as well. Media, haters, that sort of thing, they have so much vitriol coming out towards public figures. And there's a lot of people also who assume that just because they have fame and access to more resources and wealth, that they are just no longer able to have feelings and emotions and feel a certain way. I think that's a really damaging viewpoint and can really hurt people. On the other side, you've got people who are so passionate and just love the art that they make so many demands. And creativity doesn't always work like that. Mental health doesn't always work like that. And you can be wanting to put an album out once a year, every other year, or whatever, but that doesn't always work. It doesn't always happen. That was kind of the vibes I was picking up, but I think the core central thing is going to be maybe an evolution with him. So those are my predictions. First thing we're going to do is we are going to hop into the cover art. Okay, so it looks like we're in a room. The things that I'm noticing first off, well, obviously, I'm assuming that's Whitney and then the two children. I said this in a video a long time ago. Trauma has a way of haunting you until you address it. And I had a lot of people comment on my videos when I said that said, keep that in mind. That was another reason why I've kind of felt like the predictions that I've had in the Heart Part 5 kind of made me get to some of this. But I also brought up, it was either in that video or in another video, that sometimes children have a way of, whether they be your own or other people's, family, friends, kids have a way of sometimes bringing those things out where you either want to be better or you see the innocence of a child and you realize that maybe things that happened to you as a child weren't right, or protecting innocence. I'm not a parent, but I know a lot of parents who have said that having a child made them feel like they needed to heal themselves for the betterment of their children. So if I go off the prediction that this is going to be kind of like a self-reflection album and working through and trying to maybe heal, having the children be there to me really highlights, like we talked a little bit about generational and ancestral and curses and that sort of thing. And damn, maybe this is a further exploration of the idea of like, I have to do better for my kids. It also wouldn't surprise me if he hasn't addressed anything in his past. Maybe that innocence may make you feel like, oh, maybe it's okay that this hurt me more than I thought it, because I'm seeing how innocent and fragile this child of mine is. Going on a healing journey and self-reflecting and stuff like that, you're on this journey or in therapy, and sometimes you find out that thread, maybe that was the tipping point, but maybe it started earlier on. Maybe it's a coping mechanism that instance, really blew it out of the water, but there was little things all throughout. So much trauma and behaviors and negative viewpoints and things like that stem from things in our childhood. Even if it doesn't seem super traumatic, it could be something that seems pretty neutral, but it had an effect and you just don't realize that it was a wound that never fully healed. The reason I bring that up is it almost looks like the walls have been patched up. Like, did you throw your fist through a wall? Did you throw something? In the You video of just having that anger and self-loathing, borderline self-hatred, even if it wasn't caused from something like that, even if it was just something that was already there, it's been patched up. For whatever reason, I think that to me is symbolic in a way of patching up holes and maybe old wounds. At this point, I've really committed to my predictions, so like everything's kind of going through that lens. When we start listening to the songs, I will keep an open mind because I could definitely be wrong, but these are things that are making me feel like maybe I'm on the right track. He does have on the crown of thorns. The only other thing that I kind of notice, and this may be like super ridiculous, I don't know, this top corner, I know this sounds so wild, but maybe it's just darker paint that got smudged up there, but it also kind of looks like blood in a way. It's probably paint, but just figured I'd bring that up. It does feel very stripped down. I feel like you've walked into someone's home. You're in like an intimate family space, if you will. One other note that I have is, I think it is interesting that they're facing each other, but they're not necessarily looking at each other, Whitney and Kendrick, and then the children, baby's the only one looking directly at you. And I feel like to a certain extent that's intentional. I think that gives to me a little bit maybe symbolic weight of like, I have to think about my kids kind of thing. Maybe. I do think it's interesting that I'm pretty sure there is a firearm in the back of his pants. It's an interesting choice considering the rest of the album cover. But only time will tell. This came out in 2022, 19 songs, 1 hour and 18 minutes. I think technically for me, it will be 18 songs because on Spotify, the Heart Part 5 is at the very end. Now for Patreon, we'll see how I feel at track 9, but I'm thinking about breaking this up into 2 days. I'm starting this a little bit later in the day, and I have been, something about this month I've had quite a bit of flare-ups with my migraine stuff, still dealing with all of this, so it might be better from like a light perspective for me to break it up. I just don't want to be like trying to like get through it. I want to give it the time it deserves. For you guys, it'll be one video. Don't be surprised if I midway through change. I think that's all we need to talk about. I think. So I guess let's hop into it. Y'all made me so nervous. Oh my God. Like I don't think I've ever been this nervous about listening to music. Like excited, but nervous? Not so much. Track 1, United in Grief.
Some peace of mind in this lifetime. Tell them the truth. I hope you find some paradise. Tell them the truth. Tell them you're.
I've been going through something.
Ooh.
1,855 days. I've been going through something.
Is that since Damn dropped? I bet you it is. If it is, iconic. Tell them the truth. Tell them your, and then it cuts off. Your truth, your something. Got a very deep voice going on. It sounds very detached. Like, he usually is very, very emotional in his deliveries, whether it be happiness, anger, sadness. Like, we've seen him do a range of emotions, but my first thought when I heard it was detached.
Tell them you're.
I've been going through something. 1,855 days. I've been going through something. Be afraid.
What is a bitch in a miniskirt? A man in his feelings with bitter nerve. What is a woman that really hurt? A demon, you're better off killing her. What is a relative? Make a repetitive narratives on how you did it first. That is a predator in reverse. All of your presidents, he with thirst. What is a neighborhood reputable? That is a snitch on a pedestal. What is a house with a better view? A family broken in variables. What is a rapper with jewelry? A way that I show my maturity. What if I call on security? That mean I'm calling on God for purity. I wanna go.
Definitely sounds detached. Hearing it the second time, I think I stand by that. Right out the gate, it's so interesting because I completely forgot to talk about this in the beginning, but as soon as I heard it, I got it. So I've heard it be explained of like Section 80 is like a book, you know, chapters in a book. Good Kid, Mad City is a film. To Pimp a Butterfly is a poem or a book of poetry. Damn is like a magazine, you know, all the different articles into this, you know, magazine. And I actually said some of that prior to anybody telling me that, and I completely agree. I think someone told me that, I think it was after To Pimp a Butterfly or before To Pimp a Butterfly. But all that to be said, when people have told me that, they've brought up that Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is like a play, like a screenplay. I immediately hear it. That dun, dun, the way he's delivering it, like it feels like he's delivering a monologue as a character. Which is really, really interesting. The fact that I heard it within the first minute of the first track is wild. And it just highlights, sorry, my chair. It just highlights how good him and all of the people who are involved in are good at producing something so cohesive. Interesting way to talk about, you know, what is a bitch in a miniskirt? A man in his feelings with a bitter nerve. What is a woman that really hurt? A demon, you're better off killing her. What's a relative making repetitive narratives on how you did it first? Is that about his cousin? How he like, no, I don't get that vibe of, oh, you did it first so I can't do it kind of thing. That wasn't the vibe I got, so maybe it's talking about something else. Oh, I forgot about that second line. That's a predator. Okay, definitely not. What is a relative making repetitive narratives on how you did it first? That is a predator. Hit reverse all of your president's evil thirst. I may be taking that wildly out of context, but the use of the word predator and then a relative. I'm so sorry, you can hear Legend in the background. I don't want to make conjectures like that. I'm just gonna leave that one be. I'm gonna leave that one be for right now. It's a house with a better view, a family broken in variables. What's a rapper with jewelry? A way I show my maturity. See, we've picked up on that thread a lot of having that fight against him and himself. I want to be grounded, I'm not here for the fame and look good and all that. You know, I want to be grounded. I don't want to spend it all on designer stuff. But then that is such the industry that it's so tempting. You know, we dealt with that temptation in To Pimp a Butterfly. Okay.
Got me a therapist, I can debate on my theories and sharing it. Whoa, consolidate all my comparisons, humbling up because time was imperative. Whoa, started to feel like it's only one answer to everything. I don't know where it is. Whoa, popping the bottle with Claritin. Whoa, is it my head or my arrogance? Whoa, shaking and moving like what am I doing? I'm flipping my time through the Rolodex, indulging myself in my life and my music. The word that I'm in is a cul-de-sac. The word that we in is just menacing. The demons portray the religionist. I'm waking up one and another appointment. I hope the psychologist listening.
Well, we got our answer. So he got a therapist. That's good. Interesting though, I can debate on my theories and sharing it. I'm sorry, I'm not smiling. It's just, I feel like I know where some of this is gonna go by that one line, only because I speak from experience. Consolidating all my comparisons. I could be wrong, but from my own personal experience, that gives me, I can intellectualize my feelings, I can talk about them, I can tell you where some of this is rooted in. Talk therapy doesn't always work when you intellectualize your feelings, because it's like, I know what's wrong. I can tell you where things are. I can talk through it. I can figure out the answer, but then what? And it kind of all boils down to you actually have to face those demons, and that means feeling those feelings. And that's really hard. It kind of gives me like avoidant attachment style. You're just gonna cut and run, which would also make a lot of sense given how he sounded so detached at the beginning. This one, I really may be projecting. I acknowledge this, but just those points made me think that a little bit. Interesting. Is it in my head or my arrogance? Ego? He's talked about that before. Like, we had a lot of that in Damn, especially with the push-pull of like the ego thing. The world that I'm in is a cul-de-sac, so it's a dead end. It's just, you got to that point and it's just a circle that you're rotating through. Interesting. The world that we in is just menacing. The demons portrayed as religion. Oh, I did not see that line. I did not see that line. You know, it's just occurring to me that perhaps why a lot of you have been warning me. Oh, now I'm really nervous. Sorry, I just came to the realization like this whole time, I'm sure it is this, but I'm just wondering if there's any of you, listen, if this is true, if any of you were warning me because of this reason, please let me know in the comments, because my mind's a little blown. If this is what any of you guys were getting at, I always thought y'all were just warning me because subject matter, you know, I always have a lot of emotions with his music when it's injustices and the deaths of the people throughout his life and all of that. I thought this album was just gonna be really heavy on that kind of stuff, but now I'm sitting here wondering if any of y'all have picked up on maybe how I am to a certain extent. So maybe it's not just going to be that. Maybe this is also going to be me looking at like a mirror in some way as far as how he's dealing with certain things. That may be a stretch. But if that is why any of y'all have been like potentially warning me, just the thought that that could be a minute possibility. Okay. Okay, fun. Okay, it's fine. Oh, I like that.
The new Mercedes with black G-Wagon away from. It was all for rap. I was 28 years young, 20 million in tax. Bought a couple of mansions just for practice. 500 in jewelry, chain was magic. Never had it in public. Late reaction, 50K to cousins. Post a caption. Pray none of my enemies hold me captive. I grieve different.
Interesting.
I grieve different.
This is not helping on me thinking maybe this is gonna hit me closer to home than I thought. The words "I grieve different" have absolutely been spoken by me multiple times. It's track 1. I'm not even 2 minutes. I'm 1 minute and 59 seconds. Okay, I need to warn you guys now. If there is any chance that some of this, even a minute fraction, I should preface this. I acknowledge I am obviously a white woman. There are levels of this that I will never understand, dealing with the systemic racism. That's not what I mean. Obviously, I'm not comparing, but I just mean seeing things that are relatable to me. I always want to make that clear. I've said that in every video I've ever posted, I think, but just in case you're someone who hasn't seen a video of mine before, I just want to make that really clear. That said, I want to prepare everyone. If there is some of this that feels relatable to me, I need y'all to know that I will probably laugh and make jokes. I just want to say that now because I do not want to minimize or think that I'm not taking this serious. It's just, that's a coping mechanism for me. And if there's any chance, I would rather say it now than have it as an afterthought. This is interesting though, getting this success and these new access to resources. 500 in jewelry, chain was magic, never had it in public. Interesting, because he has kind of put forth this, I don't care about the designer kind of thing. Like, I've talked about that in videos. 50K to cousins, post a caption. And then this one, this reminds me of someone who, and we know this from all of his projects, especially Damn, that he does get really like in his head and works through things. And pray none of my enemies hold me captive is really interesting line, because to me that highlights that's something he's thought about. That's something that he is potentially worried about. And I think that when you're someone who is very aware of the world, aware of yourself, and you are an intellectualizer, you feel like your best form of combating things is planning for things. So you're always thinking about things, and that's what that line gives me. So he grieves with materialism.
I met her on the third night in Chicago, North America tour, my eye closed. Feet 5 4 fum, she was a model, dedicated to the songs I wrote in the Bible. Eyes like green, penetrating the moonlight, hair done in a bun, energy in the room like Big Bang for theory. God, hoping you hear me. Phone out the ring, to tell the world I'm busy. Fair enough. Green eyes said her mother didn't care enough. Sympathize when her daddy in the chain gang. Her first brother got killed, he was 21. I was 9 when they put Lamar in the grave. Heartbroken when Estelle didn't say goodbye. Chad left his body after we FaceTime. Green eyes said you'd be okay. First tour sex to pain away. I grieve different.
I don't know if they were together then. I know they met in high school, but I think I read in a comment that someone said they took a break. So I don't know if this is during a break or if he's saying one of the ways that he copes is through like physical intimacy. And I say physical intimacy specifically because the fact that he knows this about, like, it's not just someone he was just like, oh, I just want to do this. There's backstory, like there's some intimacy involved in that. To a certain extent. Sympathize when her daddy in the chain gang, like her first brother got killed. I was 9 when they put Lamont in the grave. Heartbroken when Estelle didn't say goodbye. Chad left his body after we FaceTimed. I'm assuming that that's, Chad is the one that they'd FaceTimed, he went into surgery and then didn't make it, and that led to a lot of the shame and guilt that he felt in you. This is how he's learned to cope and process with things.
Mercedes with black G-Wagon away from. It was all for rap. I was 28 years young, 20 million in tax. Bought a couple of mansions, just for practice. 500 in jewelry, chain was magic. Never had it in public. Late reaction, 50K to cousins. Post a caption. Pray none of my enemies hold me captive. So what? Paralyzed, the county building controlled us. I bought a Rolex watch, I only wore once. I bought infinity pools I never swam in. I watched King by 4 cars in 4 months. You know the family dynamics on repeat. The insecurities locked down on PC. I bought a 223, nobody peace treat. You won't do me, I smell TNT. Dave got him a Porsche, so I got me a Porsche. Paid lottery for it, I ain't wanted it portions. Poverty was the case, but the money wiping the tears away. I grieve different.
Everybody grieves different.
There's 2 ways I could see this kind of, like, the intention behind it. One, it's him highlighting that this is a normal thing with the people around him. He brought up Keem. I know he grew up with Dave. He might just be trying to highlight that this is ways that the people around him also cope. It's normalizing it. Or if he's saying it as a, well, these people do it, I'm justified in doing it. Can't really tell which way he's meaning it. Maybe it's both. He has a tendency to do that. Also, that line, but the money wiping the tears away. It's interesting to see that line in particular only because I think it's at the end of you. Money doesn't prevent you from feeling like this, right? Essentially being suicidal and having these feelings, and money doesn't change that. And I brought up that I thought that was, you know, a really good thing for him to bring up. It's interesting to say, but the money wiping the tears away. It's not fully the opposite, but it's almost like he's leaning into what the industry or things around him, how other people cope, and instead of recognizing what he's already, it's almost like he's kind of buried that thought that he's had previously in you, and it's now been replaced with this. Maybe I'm thinking too much about one line, but that's what it feels like.
I grieve different.
Might as well start with the emotional support chocolate chips. I'm gonna need them. Pretty. That's so pretty. That part was ominous. Next up we have N95. I'm assuming maybe this is gonna be like a pandemic song, maybe? Because like N95 mask.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird ass jewelry. I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off them fabricated streams and the microwave memes. It's a real world outside. Take off your idols, Take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5-day stay, take a quarter meal, hella follow. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic, that if I'm rich, I'm real. Take off the should know, take off the doje, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer bullshit off and what do you have?
You ugly as fuck. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up us? Get back in pocket. The word in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run, the prophet.
Okay, the way he's delivering this still feels different. It has a little bit more emotion than when I pointed it out in the last song. I don't know how to describe it yet. It's an interesting concept too because the pandemic was awful. Like, it was horrible. It killed so many people. I have family members who passed away. I myself have immune issues. It just about took me out. I was septic. They didn't know what was wrong with me because this was prior to when we thought COVID had gotten here. My doctor at the hospital was like consulting with the CDC. I was having like a flu-like strand, but like they didn't know what it was, and then it turned into pneumonia. Long story short, it was a rough time. Don't want to minimize that. It did a lot of economic damage as well. Like, it was a bad time. However, silver lining, being able to just kind of like get back. For me personally, the pandemic changed a lot of my values when it came to work-life balance, to how I wanted to live my life going forward, not only because of facing my mortality in a way at such a young age, but also just not going out to places. You know, I've always been such a homebody, but I forced myself. It's like the pandemic just brought a lot of perspective shifts for me and for the people who were around me at the time, or people I would talk to a lot through FaceTime. We were all having a very similar experience. So this concept of like, take all that stuff off, bring it back down, strip it back down. It's interesting. It is interesting, but the way he's delivering it, there's something, I don't know.
Bitch.
And then to say, like, take all that off, you would think that it would be, that's better. But then to respond like, ugh, you ugly as fuck. Like, as if, like, the soul, like, even when you strip down all the stuff, like, the person that's left. But then it starts kind of picking up where it almost sounds a little bit more like ego-driven. Who you think they talking about? Talk about us?
Fuck. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up us? Get back in pocket. The word in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. The profits abandoned, the law take advantage. The market is crashing, the industry wants niggas and bitches to sleep in the box while they making a mockery following us. This ain't monopoly, watching for luck. This ain't monogamy, y'all getting fucked. Jumping on what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I feel. All my descendants, they come in my sleep and say I am too real. I'm done with the sensitive, taking it personal. Done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right. You hoping for change and miracles. I know the feelings that came with burial cries.
At the beginning, so in the last song, it ended by saying, I've got a new, another appointment. I hope the psychologist is listening. And then it goes to this, which makes me feel like while he said, hello, boys and girls, he also is talking to the therapist. I think. I may be taking that wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. And if so, it's interesting he says us. Is us, me, myself, and I brought this up in Damn and in, like, especially with, like, To Pimp a Butterfly, right? Yeah, no, To Pimp a Butterfly with, like, you know, I, me, all of those switches. So is us, me, myself, and I, profits abandoned. That makes me think that he's calling out, like, what people said about him, essentially. The market is crashing, the industry they want him back. And not just that, but I know they wanted him to do more since he had stepped away while all of the stuff with George Floyd and all of that was going on. But it's also kind of like he's jumping on, what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I'm feeling, facts. This almost sounds like his, like, ego's kind of taking over in a way where it's like, I've been highlighting this stuff for years and years, and now that a lot of you are jumping on the train and now you're calling me out for not being, like, I've been here. That's kind of what it feels like. It almost kind of sounds like he's not having a lot of empathy either. He's almost like, well, all these people are doing all this, like, so maybe my stuff's not that bad. Maybe. I just think about him at the end of The Heart Part 5. I said that I thought that it was wrote after his journey, and that might make sense because that is a very different perspective than what we're getting here. There's not a lot of empathy. I know he was more speaking in a way as Nipsey, but you hoping for change and Claire cries. I know the feelings that come with burial cries. He's like, this has been my life, my whole life.
Two ATMs, you stepping to what? You are pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You are pocket. Who you think they carry up us?
Serving up a look, dancing in a drought. Hello to the big step, but never lose a count. Venting in the safe house. Venting in the safe.
Can I vent on my truth? I got nothing to lose. I got problems and proofs. I can swim with my fate. Cameras moving whenever I'm moving. The family suing whatever I make. Murder is stacking. The president acting. The government taxing my funds in the bank. Homies ejecting the fence when I'm wrecking. Look at my reaction. My pupils on skates. Hold up. Let's think about this for a second. Tell me what you would do for steady. When you show your show, no credit.
Ooh.
You show your bro for leverage.
What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant?
You out of pocket, yeah, you out of pocket. You entertain the mediocre, need to stop it. You entertaining old friends when they toxic. What your life like, bullshit and gossip.
What the fuck is council culture, dawg? Say what I want about you niggas. I'm like Oprah, dawg. I treat you crackers like I'm Jigga. Watch I own it, dawg. Oh, you worry about a critic? That ain't protocol, bitch.
Ooh. Oh, that is... Production-wise, this album already, I love it. I love these piano, I mean, it does feel like you're watching scenes of a play. You almost hear like ego kind of popping in and out of this shit goes hard. There's so much in this. A lot of the stuff is accurate. It's not that necessarily what he's saying is like lies, but it's the way he's delivering it, judging a lot. But then again, I mean, if you're on a journey and you're facing your demons, your defenses are up. Wait, hold on. Okay, if we're thinking about this journey as a play, and he said in the last one, he's talking to the therapist. Okay, if we go down this thought that this is tracking his progress through his journey with the therapist, in the beginning, of course you're defensive. No one likes to pull their skeletons out of the closet. It's essentially being like, well, look at everything else. Look at the world we live in. Because there's these moments where he's calling things out that are true, but he's not addressing where he fits into it. Interesting. That just really changed my perspective. Can I vent all my truths? I got nothing to lose. I liked all the production changes, all the different voices. Let's think about this for a second. Tell me what you do for aesthetic. Would you sell your soul for credit? Would you sell your bro for leverage? Where the hypocrites at? What community feel they the only ones relevant? You entertain the mediocre, you need to stop it. What the fuck is cancel culture? I do have issues with cancel culture as well. I think everything in moderation. I think cancel culture though, there has to be space for people to do better. I am all for not supporting when it's a pattern, right? But sometimes cancel culture can get so far, which is what I'm assuming to a certain extent he experienced, because it's like, look at his past, look at all of his albums, look at all the things that he's done, all the work in his own community and all that stuff. It baffles me to think that some people were like coming for him in a way. You don't know what someone's going through, but just to be like, oh, he's just not doing anything, so like I'm not gonna support him. What? Like, people take it too far. Things need balance. Everything needs balance. Ooh, I want to hear that transition. I'm gonna go back. Worldwide Steppers is the next one. Last thing, actually, on N95. There was a part here of saying, 2 ATMs, you steppin' or what? I made this comment about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and I was saying, if Mr. Morale is one side, maybe like healed, morality, alignment, things like that, the Big Steppers, I was saying, I wondered if that was like, you're taking too big of steps, putting on a show, a front maybe, and that you step in or what makes me think that maybe that wasn't as much of a clown comment as maybe I thought. Hello to the Big Stepper, never losing count. Listen, if that wasn't clowning behavior, I'd be so excited. Just because sometimes I get a little too in my theories, okay? I just want to hear the transition.
Kodak Black. Okay, Lamar. Act hard, totally. And this is.
Oh my god. If he was reading Cry Tog through this process, oh, this ride, this is gonna be a fun ride. Oh my god, wait, that would make so much sense. Because oh my, I'm processing. That just gave me the biggest clue of all. No wonder I've picked up on some of the verbiage, because a lot of that is also in those books. Oh my god, this is gonna be a journey.
The bit stuff.
I'm a killer, he's a killer, she's a killer bitch. We some killers walking zombies trying to scratch that itch. Germophobic, hetero. I am not for the faint of heart. My genetic build can build multi-universes. The man of God playing baby shark with my daughter, watching for sharks outside at the same time. Life as a protective father, I kill for. My son Enoch is the part 2. When I inspire my children to make higher valleys. In this present moment, I saw that through. Asked Whitney about my lust addiction. Text messaging bitches got my thumbs hurt. Set president for a new sacrilegion. Writer's block for 2 years, nothing moved me. Asked God to speak through me. That's what you hear now, the voice of yours truly.
Well, that just gave us a lot of information. My lord. I'm a killer, he's a killer, she's a killer. Okay, that kind of reminds me of what I was saying in the last song of pointing out the things around him, like kind of deflecting. I'm trying to scratch that. Like just trying to cope. Just trying to cope. I grieve different. Wild to bring in multiverses after I've brought up how it feels like that in some of his music. Playing Baby Shark. Oh god. Baby Shark. Oh god. Oh no, I'm gonna have that stuck in my head forever. Again. Life as a protective father. A lot of information. It's setting things up of like where he was at, prioritizing his kids. Ask Whitney about my lust addiction. So he's like admitting that he has a problem. I guess that answers my question about was it when they were like broke up. I'm assuming not, because if he has some sort of lust addiction, that would be no. And he's asking Whitney about it. And he had writer's block for 2 years because nothing moved him. He asked God to speak through me. That one verse just gave so much context.
Poured out my home body for comfort. I don't pass judgment, past life. The voice of yours truly. Teleport out my home body for comfort. I don't pass judgment, past life regressions. Keep me in question. Where did I come from? I don't think like I used to. No, I don't blink like I used to. Aqua stares at everybody. See the flesh of man, but still this man compared to nobody. Yesterday I prayed to the flowers and trees. Gratification to the powers that be. Synchronization with my energy chakras. The ghost of Dr. Sebi. Paid it forward, cleaned out my toxins. Bacteria heavy. Sciatica nerve pinch. I don't know how to feel. Like the first time I fucked a white bitch.
Okay, I was really with you, and okay, didn't know that's where that was gonna go. Okay, we'll get back to that in a minute. So much there. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, I'm reeling. Teleport at my own. Okay, this is so interesting because if you have gone on every video, I have a few phrases. I swear I repeat them. We've identified our first one. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, theys and thems, and anybody else. We've identified one. And it is, if you've ever been on a self-healing journey, sorry, I feel like I'm going to be saying it a lot. But if you have, you know, like, you can feel so uncomfortable in your skin. This is a big thing with, like, odd ADHD especially, or, like, autism spectrum and things like that, where you've been masking for so long and, like, trying to survive, but you can't maintain that. And when you finally burn out, and when you finally get to the point that you start to, like, remove that mask, scientifically proven, you end up with regression. Your skills regress. It's the most infuriating thing. Like, there's things that I used to be able to do. I could just push through so much more, and now my body's like, we're not doing that. Like, I slowly built it up over my life, and when I finally ripped the mask off and I just kind of came back into like me, just me, not whatever that was, I can't do it anymore. Sometimes I can be infuriating because you're like, what? Like, I feel like I went back, you know, like you regress. And so that feeling of like, I mean, I always feel awkward, so like, that's nothing new, but I didn't think like I used to. I don't blink like I used to. Awkward stares at everybody. See the flesh of men. It's like you go through this part where you're not who you used to be, but you're not super solid in who you're gonna be. And that in-between space, it's uncomfortable. It's the best way I can describe it. And that is what this feels like. Sciatic nerve pinch. Listen, get all of that. My whole back, neck, and all of that's so messed up. Mine's from a cheer accident, but still. Then it switches to that. Okay, keep going.
Like a nerve pinch. I don't know how to feel. Like the first time I fucked a white bitch. The first time I fucked a white bitch.
Okay. He's talked about that in Complexion, where he was like, people who are like lighter skin or people who are white especially, like, I can't mess with you don't understand it. And I brought up, like, understandably so. That would make sense. The first time I did this, I felt uncomfortable with it because he's brought up, okay. That makes more sense. I was thrown off, but now I get it.
Pinch. I don't know how to feel. Like the first time I fucked a white bitch. The first time I fucked a white bitch, I was 16 at the Palisades, fumbling my grades. I traveled with the team, the Apache life. Centennial was like when Miss Baker screamed at Doughboy, mixed that with Purple Rain. They interchanged the scenes, happy just to be out the hood with all the wealthy kids, credit cards and family plans. She drove her daddy's Benz. I found out that he was a sheriff. That was a win-win because he had locked up Uncle Perry. She paid her daddy's sins. Next time I fucked a white bitch was out in Copenhagen. Good kid, Mad City tour. I flourished on them stages. Whitney asked, did I have a problem? I said I might be racist. Ancestors watching me fuck was like retaliation. I'm a killer, he's a killer, she's a killer, bitch. We some killers walking zombies trying to scratch that itch. Germophobic, hetero and homophobic. Photoshopping lies and motives. Hide your eyes and pose for the pic.
Okay. You know, someone said something about, I forget the word they used, but something about like, prepare yourself for some of those lines. I feel like these were kind of what he was talking about. Not the white one. That's not what I'm talking about. But the germophobic, hetero, and homophobic, I feel like that is probably one that someone was maybe warning me about to a certain extent, because I've talked a lot about LGBTQIA plus community before. What are the odds that it ended up being the one who locked up his Uncle Perry? That is wild. When he asked, did I have a problem? That line, ancestors watching me fuck, was like retaliation. Dang.
Shopping lies and motives. Hide your eyes and pose for the pic.
What the?
8 billion people on earth, silent murderers, non-profits, preachers in church, crooks and burglars, Hollywood, corporate and school, teaching philosophies. You either go be dead or in jail, killer psychology, silent murderer, what's your body count, who your sponsorship, objectified so many bitches, I killed their confidence, the media is the new religion, you killed the consciousness, your jealousy is way too pretentious, you killed accomplishments, niggas killed freedom of speech, everyone's sensitive, if your opinion fuck around and leak, might as well send your will, the industry has killed the creators, I'll be the first to say, to each exec, I'm saving your children, we can't negotiate, I caught a couple bodies myself, slid my community, my last Christmas toy drive in Compton handed out eulogies, not because the rags in the park had red gradient, but because the high blood pressure flooded the catering. So what's the difference between your life when hiding motives? What fatalities in reality bring you closure? The noble person that goes to work and pray like they poster, slaughter people too, your murder's just a bit slower. I'm a killer, he's a killer, she's a killer, bitch. We some killers walking zombies trying to scratch that itch. Germophobic, hetero and homophobic, photoshopping lies and motives, hide your eyes then pose for the pic.
Sorry. Okay. I stand by what I said earlier in the song. I do think some of this is deflection and highlighting, like, this is how I see the world. How do I not? It's almost like, listen, maybe the ways I cope isn't great, but like this is the world we live in, so maybe my bad isn't as bad in a way. I get that a little bit. And then there's this, it's very, the world is so bad, so what's the point? Just, and like the hypocrisy, it's a killer. Okay, when you say trying to scratch that itch, that's when it kind of clicked for me when he said like, we're some killers. That's line being brought up again. But the trying to scratch that itch, I think it kind of clicked at the end of it where it was like, maybe we're talking about everyone has their ways of coping and none of them are good in a way. The noble person that goes to work and pray like they're supposed to, slaughter people too, your murder's just a bit slower. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't kind of thing. So I think he's meaning like we're all killers. Yes, some of that is real killing, but some of it's like metaphorical. Deaths of creativity, right? With the executives. The industry has killed creators, I'll be the first to say. You killed freedom of speech. Media's new religion. You killed consciousness. That last verse really explained when we're talking about killing, we're talking about deaths of all sorts. He's really pushing against this healing in a way. I think it's important that he said at the beginning of this whole thing, basically Whitney is like, I think you need help. But that's the thing, that has to be a personal choice. Until you commit to it, you're gonna fight against it. Someone else can tell you, but you're not gonna really start healing until you decide you want to start healing. It doesn't matter who's around you, it doesn't matter what's at risk. I mean, it's like addiction. It doesn't matter how much you love someone or how much you care or how messed up a situation. It doesn't matter until that person wants to do something. And that's kind of what these first few tracks kind of feel like. Deflecting, distancing themselves, kind of highlighting other issues, intellectualizing things to a certain extent. You know, I said I'm going to do part 1 and then part 2 because it's like on Spotify it says like disc 1, disc 2. I wonder if it's going to be kind of like Damn. You know, when you get to that midpoint you kind of take a turn. So maybe this first half, that's why we've got this kind of more ego. It's almost like he's not unwilling, he's slowly dragging out some of the skeletons, albeit a bit reluctantly. He's still talking about stuff, he's still uncovering things, but it's got some reluctancy to it. So maybe the first half is like slowly, wait, let me look at the track list, because the ones that people told me to look out for, Auntie Diaries is in the second half, Mother I Sober is in the second half, there was another one, maybe it was Mr. Morale. I did get warned about We Cry Together, I think, but I think that's the only one on this disc 1 that's applicable to. Maybe I'm on the right track. Okay, keep going. We're gonna listen to this transition to the next track, which is Die Hard. Oh, I like that.
I pop the pain away, I slide the pain away, I pop the pain away, I slide the pain away.
Ooh. Oh, that's pretty.
Hope I'm not too late to set my demons straight. I know I made you wait, but how much can you take? I hope you see the...
You know, sometimes I get it right. I think that's confirmation, right? I hope I'm not too late. Yeah! No, I'm standing by that. That's a good line too. I hope I'm not too late to set my demons straight. I know I made you wait, but how much can you take? Oh, that feels a little bit... Oh, sorry. I was just... Guys, I made it to track 3 or 4 before making a Taylor... No, I made one earlier. Okay, well, maybe it's not that impressive then. But it makes me think of it. How much sad did you think I had? Did you think I had in me? There's another line. I just can't remember it. It's how much did you think... I could it's essentially the opposite of like, how much did you think I could take? I was gray in the face. Of course I had to walk away is kind of the vibe. So just seeing that, I was like, oh.
I hope you see the God in me. I hope you can see. And if it's up, stay down for me. Yeah.
Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa bar, Seraphina, flaming ice. Where I'd be without you, love. Press your wings and trust. I feel you deep.
Trust me, can I trust you? Don't judge me. I'm a die hard, it gets ugly. Too passionate, it gets ugly. I wonder where I lost my way.
Ooh, this is pretty.
Been waiting on your call all day. Tell me you in my corner right now. When I fall short, I'm leaning on you to cry out. We all got enough to lie about. My truth too complicated to hide now. Can I open up? Is it safe or not? I'm afraid a little you relate or not. Have faith a little. I might take my time. Ain't no saving face this time.
I hope I'm not too late to set my demons straight. I know I made you wait, but how much can you take? I hope you see the God in me. I hope you can see. And if it's up, stay down for me.
Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa bar, Seraphina, flaming ice. Where I'd be without you, love. Press your wings and trust. I
god, I don't know that I've ever made it that long in a song. I was just vibing. I mean, I know I stopped in that first couple lines, but I'm 2 minutes and 23 seconds in. That might be a record. That's really sad, actually. I just need to say this. I love Whitney because, listen, she has my respect. I'm glad he worked on himself, because to lose someone who's through all of that willing to like, that is really cool, because I don't know that I'd have that in me. First of all, I love all three voices. Gorgeous. I love Kendrick's voice in this. I love when he brings out more of his singing voice. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love him rapping, but when I get to like hear some of this, oh, it sounds so good and so pretty. Where'd I be without your love? Like, rest your wings and trust. I feel you. Ugh. Listen, these are like hitting a little too close to home, I'm not gonna lie on some of this though. Do you love me? Do you trust me? Can I trust you? Don't judge me. I'm a diehard. It gets ugly. Too passionate. It gets ugly. I wonder where I lost my way. I've been waiting on your call all day. Was that him singing that part? That's not me. I barely know where anything is. But the tell me you in my corner right when I fall short, I'm gonna, oh. This though, we all got enough to lie about. My truth too complicated to hide it now. Can I open out? Is it safe or not? I'm afraid a little. He's starting to make some little progress.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
I really like this song. Like a
My
lot.
past won't keep me from my best. Subtle mistakes felt like life or death.
Oh God, that.
I wanna see the family stronger. I wanna see the money longer. You know that I'd die for you. I get emotional about life. The lost ones keeping me up at night. The world be reminding me it's danger. I still risk it all for a stranger. If I told you who I am, would you use it against me? Right or wrong, no stone, just love to send me.
I hope I'm not too late to set my demons straight. I know I made you wait, but how much can you take? I hope you see the God in me. I hope you can see. And if it's up, stay down for me. Yeah. Baby, you make me pray for London.
Sorry, that's so weird too, because the song that I was referencing that's Taylor Swift is literally called So Long London. So when I saw London, I was like, this is like one of my favorite Kendrick songs ever. But my past won't keep me from my best. Subtle mistakes feel like life or death. Oh, I feel that. I want to see the family stronger, see the money. You know I die for you. I get emotional about life. But this, the lost one's keeping me up at night. I said that. The survivor's guilt. Salem, is that Salem? Did you see one in? The survivor's guilt, the not addressing it, like that stuff haunts you.
Cause if I want it all without you involved, I guess it's all for nothing.
Why does Kendrick Lamar low-key give me my favorite types of love-based songs? Because I said this about Love and Damn, where I was like, it's not too fluffy, it's real, it's honest. Not Kendrick Lamar becoming my favorite love song person. Don't get mad, regardless. I love all the different versions, but I do really like this. Father Time. I need to start a new video. Weird. The goddess of time once found us beguiling. Peter, was she lying? Sorry. What am I doing? Oh. Literally filming a video. Just ignore me. Father Time. Oh, I like this.
Real nigga need no therapy. What you talking about?
You sound stupid as fuck.
Shit, everybody's stupid.
Yeah, well, you need to talk to somebody. Reach out to Eckhart.
Wait, was he literally talking to him? I just thought he read his books. Wait, if he was just like actually working with him, I am so not prepared for what's to come. Shit. Okay, it's fine. Give me my chocolate chips. You tap dancing?
I come from a generation of home invasions, and I got daddy issues, that's on me. Everything them four walls that taught me, may habits buried deep. That man knew a lot, but not enough to keep me past them streets. My life is a plot, twisted from directions that I can't see. Daddy issues all across my head, told me fuck a foul, I'm teary-eyed. Wanna throw my hands, I won't think out loud, a foolish pride. If I lose again, won't go in the house, I stayed outside. Laughing with my friends, they don't know my life. Daddy issues made me learn losses, I don't take those well. Mama said that boy is exhausted, he said go fuck yourself. If he give up now, that's gonna cost him. Life's a bitch, you could be a bitch or step out the margin. I got up quick, I'm charging baskets and falling backwards, trying to keep balance. Oh, this the part where mental stability meets talent. Oh, this the part he breaks my humility just for practice. Tactics we learn together, sore losers forever. Daddy issues.
Early morning wake ups, practicing on day up.
Shit. I knew I was screwed. Let me tell you the line. Okay, it's fine. Shockingly enough, I in fact do not have daddy issues. That is not where mine stem from. However, but this part, the that's on me, you're a kid. No. I'm teary-eyed when I throw my hands. I won't think out loud. A foolish pride. If I lose again, won't go in the house. Listen, I can't. It's already starting, guys. I told y'all to prepare yourselves. This is how I am when I react to Taylor. No. You're telling me I'm gonna start... I love Taylor Swift so much for a multitude of reasons, okay? But one of them is I have never felt more seen, heard, and attacked all at the same time. All the time with her songs, I'm like, did you steal those thoughts out of my brain? Thank you for validating me. Thank you for making me feel seen. But also, you didn't have to attack me like that. I've related to things that Kendrick has said. Absolutely. But like, okay. Well, congrats, guys. I feel like y'all are about to get some different than expected or different than my normal reactions in a way. If this keeps going, everything that four walls had taught me made my habits very deep. The boy is exhausted. If he give up now, that's gonna cost him life's a bitch. You gotta keep going. You gotta pick it up. Falling backwards, trying to keep balance. If you give up now, it's gonna cost him life's a bitch. You could be a bitch or you could step out of the margin. And he gets up and he's trying to keep going. Oh my god, this is where the part of mental stability meets talent. He breaks my humility just for practice. Tactics we learn together, sore losers forever. Oh god, and this is where it gets so messy because it's like it's coming from a place of love.
This we learn together, sore losers forever. Daddy issues.
Early morning wake ups, practicing on day ups. Tough love, bottled up, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase. Early morning wake ups, practicing on day ups. Tough love. Bottled up, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need.
I got daddy issues, that's on me. Looking for I love you, really empathizing for my relief. A child that grew accustomed, jumping up when I scrape my knee. Cause if I cried about it, he surely tell me not to be weak. Daddy issues, hit my emotions, never express myself. Man should never show feelings, being sensitive never helped. His mama died, I asked him why he going back to work so soon. His first reply was, son, that's life, and bills got no silver spoon. Daddy issues, fuck everybody. Go get your money, son, protect yourself. Trust nobody, only your mama know. This made relationships seem cloudy, never attached to none. So if you
Did I not, in like the first song, say avoidant attachment?
made relationships seem cloudy, never attached to none. So if you took some likings around me, I might reject the love. Daddy issues kept me competitive, that's a fact, nigga. I don't give a fuck what's the narrative. I am that nigga. When Kanye got back with Drake, I was slightly confused. Guess I'm not mature as I think, got some healing to do. Egotistic, zero giving fucks, and to be specific, need assistance with the way I was brought up. What's the difference when your heart is made of stone and your mind is made...
Hold on. I'm confused, and I need to be hearing, but what? Kept me competitive, that's a fact. When Kanye got back with Drake, I was slightly confused. Guess I'm not as mature as I think. Got some healing to do. First of all, I don't even know what the situation is, but the fact that he's like, I'm confused, I guess I have more healing to do, because like, I wouldn't do that. Feel that deep in my soul. What does that even mean? What? I don't want to look too deeply into it, but it just said, my understanding of the line is it was surprised that Kanye reconciled with Drake given how nasty their beef was. Did I block that out? Well, I guess if it would have been during that time period, I had already said, oh, I wasn't paying it. I was not about it at that point. I had no idea that that happened. Okay, moving on. While we're stopped though, I'm so sorry. This made relationships seem cloudy, never attached to none. So if you took some likings around me, I might reject the love. Kept me competitive? That's a fact.
Guess I'm not mature as I think, got some healing to do. Egotistic, zero giving fucks, and to be specific, need assistance with the way I was brought up. What's the difference when your heart is made of stone and your mind is made of gold and your tongue is made of sword, but it may weaken your soul. My niggas ain't got no daddy, grow up.
Oh my god. First of all, disrespectful. Heart is made of stone. Mine is made of gold. Your tongue is made of sword. I didn't ask to be called out like this.
Learn shit about being a man in disguise, so that's being gangster. I love my father for telling me to take off the gloves, cause everything he didn't want was everything I was. And to my partners that figured it out without a father, I salute you. May your blessings be neutral to your toddlers. It's crucial. They can't stop us if we see the mistakes. Till then, let's give the women a break. Grown men with daddy issues.
Okay, hold on. I need to take off my own lens for a second, because damn, that end is, I mean, I know it's not completely over, but I love my father for telling me to take the gloves off. Like, I recognize he did it from a place of love, and I got benefits from it. But also, multiple things can be true. I'm not saying what you did was completely wrong, because you did it out of love. You didn't do it out of spite. You didn't do it to be vindictive. But also, it's hard talking to people that you grew up with, because on one side, especially when you get older as an adult and you realize that like no one actually has it figured out. Like, that's the biggest secret that I think adults keep, is that they don't actually know what's going on. It's humanizing the people who you looked up to when you're growing up, and realizing that like they are humans just like you, and they're gonna make mistakes, and you can acknowledge that they did things out of love as a part of your own healing. You want to be like, but also, this did have negative effect. It did hurt me. And it doesn't mean that you were a horrible, awful parent, but it did hurt me. And it did create some negative downstream effects. But this hurt, because everything he didn't want was everything I was. Oh, Kendrick. And to my partners that figured it out without a father, I salute you. May your blessings be neutral to your toddlers. That so important. It's learning and trying to keep things neutral, because you see that all the time, but they don't want you to make the same mistakes they did. Usually when they correct things, it's things that they want you to avoid making the same mistakes, but a lot of times they push that part so hard that they don't realize that the pendulum can swing the other way. It's crucial. They can't stop us if we see the mistake. Till then, let's give the women a break. Oh God, I love him for saying that. Oh my God, grown men with daddy. I love him. I love him. God, this is so important.
Early morning wake ups, practicing on day offs. Tough love, bottled up, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need.
Oh. I love him for making that song. I've talked about this so much with Kendrick's albums that like I so appreciate him being vulnerable. I appreciate him really expressing emotions, because I think that's so important, especially in a patriarchal society where we teach boys that like, they can't have emotions, they can't feel, you know, it's not manly. It's such a disservice. I've said this before, patriarchal society, it's not just about how it negatively affects women. While that may be like a core piece, it so negatively affects men too. It doesn't serve any of us. Just so appreciate him putting that song, because that is so important for people to hear. I love him.
I learned in trapping in the business, smart people making horrible decisions, you know. Rich nigga get my dick sucked after the show. I ain't gonna lie.
Who? There doesn't show a feature on that. Who is that? That's not Kendrick. For like that first split second, I thought that was Lil Wayne. Like I learned for like 2 seconds, but then it kept going. I forgot to say, we are in Rich Interlude. I am gonna start this over though. I think that's Kodak Black again, because that was in the last song too. Or the one before that, whenever that was.
I learned in trapping in the business, smart people making horrible decisions, you know. Rich nigga get my dick sucked after the show. I ain't gonna lie, we were poor. A bunch of lost souls in survival mode. It wasn't no way for us unless we find our own. Running in stores, kicking in doors, nigga, give me my glory. Game. Most of the people that you grew up with, now in the chain game. In the box getting pink. Nigga shitting where you sleep. Nigga shitting where you eat. Who'd ever knew that I'd become a fucking Kodak? You know, rap money good, but I'm still promoting business. Yeah, slime for yak. Ain't ready for whatever. Always knew that everything would get better. And the show got greater later. All the game came from the elders, like, hear me down. Me and my brothers went hear me down. Now I'm giving game back to the old heads. And the respect come first. Yeah, you know, can't be better than the OGs. You gotta get it somewhere. Gotta come. What you doing with Kendrick? What you doing with a legend? So what they call you? When it's all said and done, we ain't leaving empty-handed. That's on game. That's on Mondukes. Pour it in the bitch, but you fall through. Baking ends meet, daddy deadbeat. Had to steal for a meal or you can't eat, you know, poverty. Red Cross, food banks, WIC. Now look at this shit, we own property.
Interesting. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't mean any disrespect. Doesn't he have some controversy around him? I have no idea what it was. I don't know if it was proven. I just remember hearing something negative. I don't even remember what it was. Was that maybe like after this? More information would be great. I love all the piano. Okay, next up we have, I feel like there's not a lot to comment. I could kind of just feel like that was like kind of setting up the story, explaining like just a little insight. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Next up we have Rich Spirit.
Taking my baby to school, then I pray for her. Cause you bitches ain't never been cool. Writing testament, painting pictures, put me in the Louvre. That's a definite.
Ooh.
Universal shift, I'm in the groove. A celebrity do not mean integrity, you fool. I'm a good man, shake your hand, firm grip rule. 72 wins, lost 10. Ballin' with the flu, more than 2 M's for a show, but add another 2. Little man, the big man's the GT down and flipping the kickstand. Rich nigga, broke phone. Trying to keep the balance, I'm staying strong. Stop playing with me before I turn you to a song. Stop playing with me before I turn you to a song. Hey, bitch, I'm attractive. Can't fuck with you no more, I'm fasted.
Ego's kind of back again, which kind of makes sense as like Rich Spirit, but I was kind of hoping it was like Rich in Spirit, like we're starting to make more progress. We may get there, but this is definitely Ego popping out again, but also this has got some petty Kendrick coming out. Stop playing with me before I turn you into a song.
Bitch, I'm attractive. Can't fuck with you no more. I'm fasting. The morality can wait. Feedback on low latency. I'm
Ooh.
from the face as my thoughts grow.
I think that kind of explains where he's at in this moment. The morality can wait. Feedback on low latency. Damn. I'm glitching from the face as my thoughts grow sacredly. Also, just love that we're bringing up sacred because of like fasting, like with food and stuff like that. Like I'm purging, like I can't have it around me kind of thing. Interesting.
I'm running out of space. Ask Winnie, she okay? Never mind 100K. Why you lying on Benjamin? He turning in his grave. I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't get it. Shit away. The aloof Buddha. I'm Christ with a shooter. Praise to Muhammad. I might nigga lose ya. AP, Michael Friedman. My friend's cooler. Primary, so the resale face stupid. I would never live my life on a computer. IG get you life for a chick.
I'm running out of space. Ask Whitney, she okay? Never mind 100K. Is he basically saying like she's fine because they gave her money? Is that what he's saying, or am I taking that wrong? I hope I'm taking that wrong. One step forward, 2 steps back is kind of the vibe that this is giving me a little bit, because I feel like we kind of made a little bit of progress and now we're kind of stumbling back, which not only is that grief, dealing with trauma, that is a part of healing. It's up and down constantly.
I would tool you, love him from a distance. Why you always in the mirror more than the bitches? And my cousin tried to sue me like he got the privilege, but I didn't lose sleep cause I got the spirit. Hey, rich nigga, broke phone, trying to keep the balance.
He brought that up earlier, well, a couple times, but cousin in a negative way. I assume that's not Baby Keem. So is there a story there? My cousin tried to sue me like he got the privilege. Why would he be suing him? Wait, could that be about cousin Carl? Because he used him in his song? I'm sorry, if that's not, that was just the first thing I thought of as like a reason to sue someone, because I was like, why would you sue someone? I could see if you were in a song. I mean, no disrespect, if that's not what he's talking about.
Stop playing with me before I turn you to a song. Stop playing with me before I turn you to a song. Hey, bitch, I'm attractive. Can't fuck with you no more. I'm fasting. Bitch, I'm attractive. Can't fuck with you no more. I'm fasting. Frat brother, real nigga, that brother. We dress up the score, give me that brother. Spirit medium, on rap brother.
Ooh.
We headed there now, are you strapped brother? Hey, peace.
The way he says brother, he said it that same way in maybe the second song or the first song. It feels very, not placating, but kind of like, oh, are we brothers? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. On the other hand, I kind of like the way he says it. Like, there's just something about it, but I'm also like...
But I'm not naive, brother. Ay, gotta watch your homies and police, brother. Ay, cloud chasing, hell of a disease, brother. Ooh. I'm fasting 4 days out the week, brother. I pray to God that you realize the entourage is dead. I pray to God that you not lagging when you off the meds. Ooh. I pray to God she know them Cabo trips don't last forever. Bitch, you argue with her mama, go and get them kids. I pray to God you actually pray when somebody dies. Thoughts and prayers, way better off timelines. False claiming, not cute, I'm mortified. The new earth and high pursuit, 200 lives.
New Earth, that's a book. This feels very specific to me. I pray to God she knows them Cabo trips don't last forever. Bet she arguing with her mama, go and get them kids. I feel like these seem kind of specific. Is this about someone? Do we know?
Broke phone, trying to keep the balance, I'm staying strong. Stop playing with me before I turn you to a song. Stop playing with me before I turn you to a song. Hey, bitch, I'm attractive. Can't fuck with you no more, I'm fasting. Bitch, I'm attractive. Can't fuck with you no more, I'm fasting.
Wait, is he talking to himself? Is this one of those songs? Hold on, maybe not. But the bitch, I'm attractive? That felt kind of random, but then I thought about it if you were like looking in a mirror, maybe? It's almost like his two sides fighting, like brother, like one kind of like the ego side. And in the book, kill your ego, essentially. False claiming not true, I'm mortified. I don't know. Y'all tell me, is this about someone or is this about him talking to himself? I could make a case for either way. We headed there now, are you strapped, brother? A peacemaker, but I'm not naive, brother. It almost sounds like he's talking to, that right there is like, I'm a peacemaker, but I'm not naive. Still, I think my favorite line though, spirit medium, I don't rap, brother, that's bar. I could see it both ways. Y'all let me know. Oh, we're at We Cry Together. Okay, this was like one of the 3 or 4 songs that people were like, prepare yourself, and it's a duet. Oh, I'm nervous. I have to press play at some point. Give me a chocolate chip first. How many more do I have? Oh, just one more. Okay, I can do this. I'm feeling guilty about splitting it into 2 days. Keep going back and forth on it. My phone is about to die though, so I need to get through this. We'll see. We'll see after I get through these 2 songs, if my phone makes it and I charge it, I'll see how I'm feeling. Because part of me feels like y'all might like be disappointed that y'all didn't, like that I had time to basically have between them. So maybe I won't like elicit the same emotional response. I don't know, maybe y'all don't care that much. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. Oh, I'm nervous. Ooh, I like that. It's giving a little bit of Florence and Machine vibes. Just like a little bit, at least with these OOs. Love it.
This is what the world sounds like.
You got me fucked up. Fuck you. Fuck you. I swear I'm tired of these emotional ass, ungrateful ass bitches. Unstable ass, confrontational ass, dumb bitches. You wanna bring a nigga down, even when I'm trying to do right. We can go our separate ways right now. You gon' move on with your life. Fuck you, nigga. You love a bitty party. I won't show up. Always act like your shit don't stink. Motherfucker, grow up. Forever late for shit.
Oh, damn. Okay. I'm trying to be neutral. I need y'all to know that I'm really trying.
Buy shit, sit around and deny shit. Fuck around on a side bitch, then come fucking up my shit. Fucking up your shit. You must be bleeding in some more shit. Bitch, I don't know shit. Fuck your
I tried. Oh, I hate that shit. That shit's so fucking stupid. Why is that like the first? Oh god. Okay, sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to get myself out of control. I'm trying to get myself out of control. Girl, you're already there. I know it probably doesn't seem like I'm trying, but just the fact that I've gotten this far in the song and not been like, no, that is me trying. I promise. It's fine.
You want some whole shit. See, I don't know why you like playing mind games with me. Bitch, I ain't slow nor dizzy. I know when you being distant. I know when you stay busy. Get out your feelings and miss me with that reverse psychology. Man, bitch, you tripping. Who got you that rolly chain? And who put that car in my name? But you think I'ma kiss your ass? Nah, nigga, you fucking lame. You know what? Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, nigga. Nah, fuck you, bitch. Nah, fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, bitch. Nah, fuck you, nigga. Nah, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, bitch. Nah, fuck you. Wasting my.
You know, I gotta give. Here's the thing. I know my response is negative. I can't just like not have a somewhat negative response. Just people fighting like this in general, I just can't. That's a personal thing. So my reaction, it may come off as judgy, and I genuinely don't mean it for it to. I just can't with this kind of stuff. However, I want everyone to know I have so much respect for him including this, because it's the same way I feel about you This is raw human emotion. This is human. This is what happens for so many people every day. The fact that he's willing to be that raw and authentic, that alone, major respect. And also, major freaking respect to Whitney, because it takes a really strong person to be in people's art and be painted in a way that maybe isn't flattering for either one of them, right? That takes a lot. I appreciate their love in the sense that she understands that from a creative perspective. He's willing to put it all out, allowing this part of their relationship to be put on display. Like, crazy amount of respect for that. Seriously, because it's this kind of stuff that brings that stuff out into the light and shows people, like, the fact that you are uncomfortable hearing it, in a way, that's really good, because it shows people who maybe see this. Sometimes when you're in high emotion situations, you don't realize like what you maybe sound like. You may hear this as from a bystander and be like, ooh, you recognize that? And it's important for people who maybe don't engage in things like this to be like, dang, you just never know what people's relationships are. Just all around, I think it's really important to have authentic messages like this. So I may have negative reactions, but I just want y'all to know that's my own personal thing.
Energy trying to be good to you. Lost friends, families, gain more enemies because of you. Bitches staring at me in sorrow. Hoes scratching my visor. Should've followed my mind in 09 and just moved to Georgia.
Oh, what? That's my fault now? Bitch, you power tripping or guilt tripping. I held your ass down.
You just cut me down. That's a big difference.
She's like, it's not about them. Like, it's the fact that you think it's about money. Like, do you think I would have just stayed for money? Well, I mean, I know some people would, but like, oh, and that, like, are you power tripping, guilt tripping? It's like, no, I'm expressing my feelings.
Myself trying to figure why I'm not good enough. Going to church, praying for you, searching for good in us. Little dick ass nigga that's trying to go big.
But you was sucking his dick though.
Well, shit, I should've sucked his.
What you say?
Ooh.
I should've found a bigger dick.
Bitch, get the fuck out my face.
Girl.
Oh, what, you mad?
Shut up, bitch. You got me fucked up today on God.
You mad?
Ooh, shots fired across. Like, ooh, when you know each other so well, like, you know the spots that are gonna hurt. You feel backed into a corner, you're lashing out, like both of them.
Feelings is shot. Go text that raggedy bitch and tell her you all that she got. Let her know you packing your shit and gotta move by the first.
Man, give me these fucking keys.
Give me my keys, I'ma be late for work.
Fuck your job. Today gon' be the day you walk to that bitch.
Give me my fucking keys.
No bird watching. Baby, you can watch the birds as soon as I'm done. I only have a song and a half. Surprise, my phone died. Literally mid-song. I should have checked it how low it was before I started the song, but here we are. 2 minutes and 50 seconds into this 5 minute and 41 minute song. God, I didn't know it was that long. Are y'all gonna fight the whole time? Okay. It's fine because it's fine. Enjoy everything. You're a good kitty. That's a good kitty. You look so sad. No plants. He'll also tear up my plant. I feel bad. Oh, damn it, I'm gonna cave. Very small. You're gonna have to lay down for bird watch. Back into it we go.
Give me my keys, bro.
Oh God, you ain't getting these keys.
Give me my fucking keys.
Now you mad at me. I got you hollering for nothing.
I do the same when we fucking.
Act like that pussy ain't loose.
I'd rather act like I'm coming.
I'd rather fuck off the juice.
I'd rather fuck on your cousin.
Bitch, you said you go fuck who?
You heard me, nigga.
Right.
It's nothing.
You know what?
Fuck you, nigga.
Bitch. Fuck you, bitch.
Nah, fuck you,
no,
nigga.
Fuck you, bitch.
Nah, fuck you, nigga.
Fuck you,
fuck
bitch.
You.
Fuck you,
nigga.
bitch.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Stupid ass bitch. I don't even know why I fuck with you.
I'll be damned if I stuck with you.
Change my number, I'm ducking you, bitch.
Whatever is comfortable.
This the type of shit couples do. Should've thought about cuffing you.
Nigga, you dirty and you broke.
Oh, you goofy and gunnable.
The insecurities you got won't mind fuck me. Womanizer got no affection from your mama, I see.
Don't spit Speak on my mama the.
Ooh, yeah, that was harsh. Really? That was it? He just goes and lays on the ground. Okay. Oh, it's because Salem's at the door. Well, I guess we'll just keep going. Salem, do not even look at me like that. I moved your food in here. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Because I didn't... Are you really not going to eat out of that food bowl? Because I didn't bring the other one? I cannot. This house is ridiculous. Every single one of you. This is spoiled, rotten behavior. Y'all make me tired. It's like having children. I do not need children. Hello? Oh, I turned these down. Okay, that was stupid.
Speak on my mama, the fuck is your problem?
That bitch don't like me anyway.
But she gave you the Honda.
And use that shit to throw it in my face. Find it funny, you just can't apologize. Egotistic, narcissistic, love your own lives. See, you the reason why strong women fucked up. Why they say it's a man's world. See, you the reason for Trump. You the reason we overlooked, underpaid, underbooked, understained. If you look, I don't speak, then I'm called on my name. I am flawed, I am paid, never yours, I remain. You the reason bitches start fucking with bitches when they change. You the reason bitches start calling y'all bitches cause y'all useless. You the reason Harvey Weinstein had to see his conclusion.
Okay. I mean, listen, I'm with you. I'm all about women supporting women, okay? But that's harsh. Whoa, how bad has he been? Cause like, those are some really, really bad comparisons. Oh.
The reason Harvey Weinstein had to see his conclusion. You the reason R. Kelly can't recognize that he's abusive.
Man, shut the fuck up. We all know you still playing this music. Said I'm tired of these emotional ass, ungrateful ass bitches. Fake innocent, fake feminists. Stop pretending y'all sentiments ain't realer than what you defending. It's a split decision. Bros like you and real victims. Let's talk the truth. Women in general just can't get along.
Explain, nigga.
When Tosh got a man, you didn't pick up the phone.
Explain, nigga.
When they got a job, you said you stay at home.
Explain.
Why R&B bitches don't feature on each other's songs?
What the fuck is you talking about?
Never mind, bitch, I'm walking out.
Whatever, nigga, I'm off you
Your
now.
evil ass kept me well in doubt.
Pussy nigga, best watch your mouth.
Pussy and mouth is all you got.
Lay this pussy back on the couch.
Doggy style, then you get on top.
Fuck me, nigga.
I'ma fuck you, bitch.
Nah, fuck me, nigga. Fuck me.
I'ma fuck you, bitch.
Nah, fuck you. Fuck me.
You playing, man.
Fuck me.
Nah, you playing.
First of all, I just saw the next lyric, and I just want to say I am so mad at myself for not saying the thought out loud, because earlier when I said tap dancing, in my head, I was like, tap dance, like dancing around the problem, but I was like, maybe that's a stretch. No, it wasn't a stretch, and now I'm mad that I didn't say it out loud. I'm gonna let this finish before I comment, but...
Stop tap dancing around the conversation. I don't even know. Oh my god. Hello, Salem. Have you decided to make your appearance? You're gonna get me in trouble with Legend. Oh my god, now the other cat. Oh god. Okay. Fang, you have got to stop trying to nuzzle him. He does not want to nuzzle. No, leave him alone. I know you love him. No, you have to leave him alone. Fang, that's a lot. You're coming on way too strong. It's okay. You can just sit by him. You do not have to like rub up against him. I know you love him. Guy, chill. I mean, I feel like I said everything I needed to say. I commented on how like I respect him for doing it. The cats, please don't knock over the light. Please, no, that's my iPad. No. It's okay, Legend. Oh god, now we've started it all. Guys, I have one song and one song only. What is that? What song is that? It's gonna be one song only. I'll think of it. I mean, I commented on the whole, like, I respect them for putting it in there, because that's Legend. I've got one, baby. Fang is literally underneath y'all. Like, my stand that my phone's on, he's literally underneath it. Salem is right here. Legend just went to eat. It's gonna be loud. Then he's gonna try to break through the door. I am sorry in advance. Chaos. It's just chaos. Oh my gosh, now the cat's over here. I've already decided I'm gonna do the second part on an... I'm not gonna do the second part today. So can everyone just chill? Like I was saying, I feel like I said most of what I need to say. The only thing left to comment on is the ending. These are not good coping strategies, guys. These are not good coping strategies. But again, so much respect for putting that in there. Understand why it was put there. But yeah, hard listen. Makes your blood boil, cause like, damn, there's no lyrical analysis. Like it's not that type of song. Like, it's just not that type of song. There's nothing of value I can add because the song speaks for itself and it does what it needs to do. You don't need to break down those lyrics. Like, we all know why it's there. We understand it. Like, you know. But dang, that was wild. Whew. Okay, Purple Hearts. Like, military? Purple Hearts? Oh, or like, bruised? I feel like that would make more sense. But then I can make a play for like I'm basically going to war with myself, or like war with okay, we're just gonna, sorry. I need to... Salem's tail is like thumping with the beat. He's more on beat than I am. I don't have rhythm. But apparently the cat does. Stop trying to attack him from the floor. Be so for real right now.
Tippy torn and I'm mud walking. Rolling sevens, I ain't ready for no coffee. I know y'all love it when the drugs talking, but shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. Shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. If God be the source, then I am the plug talking. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
This my undisputed truth. My life is like forbidden fruit. My bitch know better than I do. A woman's worth. I barely went to church. I'd rather fast with you than fuck it up.
Go off, Kendrick. I am here for this.
A woman's worth. I barely went to church. I'd rather fast with you than fuck it up. Fucking with skirts, cause I'm rational. A nigga still gon' be a nigga. Emoji heart, my family pictures. Two-stepping away from rappers. I don't trust their true intentions. I'm not in the music business. I've been in the human business. Whole life been social distant. Hoes like when you not tripping. I ducked the party. Who said they saw me? Crown on by Molly. Wrist on your body. They gon' judge your life for a couple likes on a double tap. Them hoes is sorry. They all get bodied. I'm blessed that you have an open heart. I'm blessed that you forgive. I'm blessed that you can learn from a loss. I'm blessed that you heal. I'm blessed one day that you attract somebody with your mind exact. A patient life. Flaws bless them twice, and they'll bless you back.
Tippy torn and I'm mud walking. Rolling sevens, I ain't ready for no coffee. I know y'all love it when the drugs talking, but shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. Shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. If God be the source, then I am the blood talking. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Pretty. Oh. For it to go from, whatever the last song was, I can't even remember what it was. For it to go from that to this, tippy-toeing, I'm mud-walking. And so is the death they're talking about, like, I'm not bred for a coffin? Are we talking about, like, their love in a way? I mean, I know there's layers to it, but I feel like that's a layer of it.
How's love when it's haunting your soul? But my nigga left his ass on the road. Gossiping about some shit you don't know. Are you heard? Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Ooh, it's pretty.
How's love when it's haunting your soul? But my nigga left his ass on the road. Gossiping about some shit you don't know. Are you heard? Yeah, for sure.
I love that line. How's love when it's haunting your soul?
I hate it here. Baby daddy still on my phone. I hate it here. Asking if I've been on the pro. I hate it here. If you keep lurking on the low, if you a fan, just let me know. Yeah.
Dang. Okay, this is going a different way. Ooh, I hate it here. Asking if I've been on a pole. If you lurking on the low. Fang! Very bad kitty. That is not a good kitty. Fang, I'm very disappointed in your behavior. If y'all were tilting, it's because Fang literally had the cord and was pulling it. I hate it here if you keep lurking on the low. If you a fan, just let me know. Go off.
Now if it's love, I deserve to get some head on a balcony sometimes. And if I feel where your heart can be, it still be a part of me. I love mine, love mine.
Love mine, love mine.
Somewhere in the storm, I cannot conform.
I cannot conform. I cannot conform.
I just might love you still, just think I love me more. It ain't love if you gon' judge me for my past. No, it ain't love if you ain't ever eat my ass. It ain't love if you just only tie me down because you see me in my bed. That's why I'm anti everyone before this mask.
Tippy toeing and I'm mud walking. Rolling sevens, I ain't ready for no coffee. I know y'all love it when the dog's talking, but shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. Shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. God be the source, then I am the blood talking. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yo, telekinesis, I'm purifying these deep speeches. While I'm crying, I clean the feet of the sweet Jesus. Dreams, visions get blurrier, the Elohim is light. It's known to tear retinas in a single gleam. Shut the fuck up when you hear his love talking. To the mind is God's cipher, divine in a small portion. Faded pictures, this global madness, the intervention. This world's in the twilight zone. This is the fifth dimension. God, please blow the whistle, we need an intermission. My good deeds in front of your door. I'm standing by the entrance with heavy baggage, my brother's ashes. I seen tragic, I did dirt, smacked death and held it to that nigga cabbage. Love, we killing greed, we killing homelessness. And now I don't give a fuck about this land, I want ownership. Bow your head for just God's sake. Listen what the stars say, what I say is God's way.
Tippy toeing and I'm mud walking.
I could be getting this wrong. Their relationship's very complicated, so I don't know if I'm taking things right. In a way, like the last one was kind of like the last stand, if you will. And here, it almost sounds like they're trying to kind of reconcile. It's kind of got that religious imagery of God brought us together kind of thing. You know, like, then we've got to get it together. Because if not, what's the point? You know, so it's like, shut up when you hear love talking. We need to focus on healing versus all this other noise, especially external noise. Noise that isn't about what's actually going on between you and me. It's got to be like your last stand. You're not going to mess around with other people. I'm not going to listen to the gossip. They're reconciling, highlighting the things that they need to get rid of in order to be able to actually hear their love talking, because everything else is just noise. That's what I'm getting out of this, but like, I don't know if that's right.
For no coffee. I know y'all love it when the drugs talking, but shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. Shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. If God be the source, then I am the plug talking. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
I love the way it says, yeah, baby. The cadence of that's really cool. It's just kind of like grappling with the toxicity that you had in the last song. I could see it being both ways of kind of how I was talking about, like, you've kind of beat my heart. Black and blue, purple, it's bruised. But I can also see it as like, you know, we're fighting for this love, even though it's been toxic. Think about the last song. They were not holding back verbally. They were sparring. They were fighting. They were shooting shots to kill each other in that moment. I kind of look at Purple Hearts as like, it could be a military. If they can get through this, then it's almost like they deserve the Purple Heart. It might be kind of like a symbolic award, an honor to get through this. Maybe. And I love that Ghostface Killah it's kind of picking up on like the bigger things that are going on in the world as well. There's some of these lines. It's, God, please blow the whistle. We need an intermission. I know it's talking about things bigger, global madness, need intervention, but it's also applicable within the song. It is a really interesting way though to take what you had and try together, or something along those lines, and then to go to this as like the next scene, if you will, is really, really cool. Starting to see the vision and I'm really liking it. We'll pick up with Count Me Out. I do feel like this is maybe a kind of a turning point, the light bulb moment of like, no, I actually need to be taking this therapy journey serious. If I want this to continue, if I love her, if I love our kids, if I'm gonna do this, like I need to do this and I need to do it right. And after that kind of like hits, you know, we cry together and then it's kind of like this, almost like a surrender in a way. Maybe I need to put my weapons down. We need to work through this. I need to take this serious. And then I could see Count Me Out starting to really work on himself. That's kind of what I'm anticipating, but we will see. This is so good though. Let me know, what did I get right? What did I get wrong? What did I miss? Let me know your thoughts as always. And until the next one, bye.